Hey everyone and welcome. In this video we look at Anne the Iron Lady version 2.0 Widdecombe's interview, where she gets rightly angry over the Tories handling the Brexit.
And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
She also highlights a major issue in the withdrawal agreement that needs highlighting to everyone. And with YouTube throttling alt media and political commentators, it's very difficult to do, so I'm asking for your help in passing this video around to inform everyone. It's titled Brexit Fury. Boris Johnson told to get a grip on Brexit as outraged Anne Widdecombe snaps. Brexiteer Anne Widdecombe unleashed her fury at Boris Johnson on the current state of Brexit talks with the EU in a ruthless rant. Well, I wouldn't say ruthless, but I would say strong. We all know Anne doesn't mince her words, and I applaud her for it. Let's have a quick watch, shall we?
Right, let me say two things about that, because the first was in your introduction when you said it's looking likely that there won't be a trade deal by the end of the year. If that is the case, it is time that government actually got a grip of the situation now. I mean, Boris said with wisdom at the beginning of the year, well, if we haven't got a recognised shape of a trade deal by June, we're going to have to withdraw. Now he's saying, with the usual lack of resolution that has been exhibited by this government, now he's saying, oh, well, actually, we'll wait till October. Yeah, we are getting to a point when British business needs an answer. You plan for WTO terms. You don't just plan for it in theory now. The government is saying, we can't get a deal. You plan for WTO terms. It won't do that. Everybody is in limbo waiting for the government to recognise the inevitable, which is that the EU is not going to give us the sort of trade deal that we want.
That wasn't going mental at all, was it? It was calculated and truthful. It wasn't even outraged. We've seen our Anne outraged. Watch Anne in supreme form.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mrs. Widdecombe, I hear you say the British people want this or that, but isn't it true that only 43% of the people voted for your political agenda, and it's only because of your electoral system that Mr. Johnson has a majority of seats in Parliament, but that the majority of the British people actually did not vote for a Brexit party? Isn't that true, Mrs. Widdecombe?
Oh, shots fired. Get her, Anne.
17.4 million people in the biggest democratic turnout in British history voted to leave. We ended up in the European elections as the single biggest party in this parliament. Why? Why did Boris Johnson get such a massive majority in the last election? Because his basic promise was, get Brexit done!
Sit down, you Fraggle-looking moron. Our Anne has a few words of wisdom for you. I love that clip. The Fraggle looked like well and truly deflated by the end, didn't you? Unfortunately, though, Boris doesn't seem to have anything like that backbone, does he? Or anyone else, for that matter. Time for major political change, I think. The two-party system doesn't work, especially if both parties turn out to be the same party, just with different coloured rosettes. Only difference with Tory and Labour is this, in my opinion. Labour are open about ignoring us. Tories speak the words we want to hear while ignoring us. Am I wrong? Let's read. Former Brexit Party MEP Anne Widdecombe insisted Boris Johnson's government needed to seriously plan for a no-deal Brexit. While speaking with Jonathan Saxty on Brexit Watch, Miss Widdecombe claimed a World Trade Organisation Brexit was looking likely and the government needed to stop putting off preparation for it. She predicted the EU would never give the UK a satisfactory Brexit trade deal and Britain needed to prepare for this eventuality. Miss Widdecombe said, in your introduction you said it is looking likely that there won't be a trade deal by the end of the year. If that is the case, it is time that Boris Johnson's government actually got a grip of the situation now. Boris said with wisdom at the beginning of the year, if we haven't got a recognised shape of a trade deal by June, we are going to have to withdraw. Miss Widdecombe went on to criticise Boris Johnson's Brexit team and their lack of clarity on the progress being made. I've got to say the same, it doesn't seem like they're doing it. They didn't all buy that idea, did they? She said, now Boris is saying, with the usual lack of resolution that has been exhibited by this government, he is saying we will wait till October. See, even Anne's picked up on Boris and his jelly-backed incompetence, hasn't she? Really annoys me this. I had such high hopes for Boris, I really did. I hoped with his buffoon antics, he could implement a bit of change in the country, what we need. But he's just shriveled like a bloody prune, hasn't he? He's a puppet to the media and the left at this point. We are getting to a point where British business needs an answer. The former Brexit Party MEP added it was important to prepare for a no-deal scenario regardless of the success of talk. She said, you plan for WTO terms, you don't just plan for it in theory. Now the government is saying we can't get a deal. Well, then you plan for WTO. That's not a harsh statement, is it? The government won't do that. Nope, they won't. Everybody is in limbo waiting for the government. Same process for Lurgian. They have everyone in limbo with that too, locking down over infections as we're testing more. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. Oldham and Leicester don't have high deaths. It's all for infections. When I said we're in lockdown and masked till it's zero Lurgy, which is impossible to get in my opinion, it's looking more and more likely that's what they want. Zero Lurgy. We're going to be in lockdown forever. They are waiting for them to recognise the inevitable, which is that the EU is not going to give us the sort of trade deal that we want. Ms Widdecombe warned that Boris Johnson's Brexit promises were under threat of being broken. On top of that, there's an elephant in the room as well, everyone, that no one is talking about, and it's this. You ready? Brexit betrayal, warning UK to stay shackled to EU under current deal as union dismantled. The UK's withdrawal agreement with the EU could lead to massive problems concerning the border between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. Let's watch what she says about that, shall we?
Meanwhile, of course, there's all the intricacies of the withdrawal agreement, and I'm particularly exercised by the situation in Northern Ireland. Now, we had a manufactured problem with regard to the border between the north and the south. There is a recognised legal border between the north and the south. We weren't introducing something, pulling something out of a hat and saying, here's border. There's already a border there. The fear was that we would police it in terms of a hard border, and that, of course, has memories of the Troubles. So that was played on hugely by the Remain faction. Oh, you can't have a border, even a very soft border, even with technology checking on lorries several miles away, even with the softest of soft borders. There was a huge build-up of drama because Remain saw that as a major weakness. Now, thank heavens it's not Theresa May's deal whereby Northern Ireland was just going to stay in the customs union. But it's still very bad because in order to avoid a hard border between the south and the north, they've introduced what effectively, they don't call it that, but effectively is a border down the Irish Sea between Northern Ireland and the rest of the UK. And according to this protocol, Northern Ireland is going to have to obey EU rules on things like VAT. The rest of us don't. Now, I never saw a clearer recipe for the breakup of the UK.
Now, as I said, this would come back to haunt us, and I've said it in the past. If we put a border in, even imaginary, cutting off Northern Ireland from the UK, we have effectively allowed the EU to annex sovereign territory. I'm fuming for the Northern Irish. This was a serious betrayal, in my opinion. Thankfully, if Annie's right, as most think, me included, that the EU cannot or won't give us a deal worth having, we go WTO, and then we decide our borders, not the EU. Blatant use of internal strife to create division and possible threat repeats of terrorism. Disgusting from the EU, isn't it? Here's a question for you, EU. Should we arm Catalonia or Basque or any other internal strife you have in Europe? Would you like that? Get out of our country, get out of our laws, get out of Europe. Your day of demise is looming, EU, and I'm glorying the moment. Play by play, mess up by mess up, lie by lie. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. I'd like to know your opinion, because I think if we don't get out now, I think we're going to be into trouble, because we could be arguing over this withdrawal agreement for the next 5 years, in my opinion. Or should I say, the interpretation of the withdrawal agreement. I think we should ditch the withdrawal agreement. Say to them, if you want any trade deals, you can do as an individual country, as a nation, and not as an empire. And we will gladly deal with you after that point. But bye, we're going now. See ya. And then we decide, and Northern Ireland decide what happens with the border between Northern Ireland and Northern Ireland and the UK. Am I wrong? If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Share it out, everyone. Please, 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 please. Thank you, everyone that's sharing it out. I really do appreciate it. I really do. Stay safe, everyone. I'll see you on the next one.
Get